Hello and welcome everyone. Humanity sucks. That's the main theme in the game. And after us, you play as Gaia. I'm a huge mythology nerd, so I got really into the game. Gaia is the personification of the Earth. She has made a cameo in a lot of games, including the Horizon series, Immortals, and one of my personal favorites, God of War. That being said, let's move forward to the main points. After Us gets its point across fairly well. It holds a very important message that humanity has ruined the planet. I'm an animal lover, so I really took the story to heart even if it wasn't told in a perfect way. Gaia is tasked with releasing the ghosts of all the extinct animals, including dogs, horses, pigs, sharks, and so on. Basically, all the familiar faces we have now. You fight against pollution in the form of tentacle sludge and plastic bags. The game, though, is not based on narrative. It lets the platforming tell the story itself, so you have to be observant. That is not the issue because the game is visually beautiful and the art design is spot on. Freeing spirits is very rewarding and really helps break up the linear levels. There are some sections where you have to standing in awe. The gameplay of the game is also very intuitive and well made. You have all the basics of a good platformer like sprinting, double jumping, gliding, and air dashing. You unlock more as you go. Could it be better? Yeah. Does it need to? Not necessarily. The controls are easy to pick up, but can be challenging to master. I was surprised by the inclusion of the fact that a drop from a height will kill you instantly, given the fact of how slowly you float down. The game takes the time to get you used to the environmental hazards at a good pace as they get increasingly more difficult. The platforming part is very well made, but I'm a bit on the fence about its combat mechanics. Some enemies, like the mentioned plastic bags, you're able to nuke with your regeneration ability, while some, like the zombie looking humans, you have to fire your magic floating orb at. The projectile can be very difficult to aim, so I made use of the fact that you can also record and use the geometry to my advantage. You have to mash X to escape from the zombies if they grab you, which will happen, because the orb doesn't do much damage. That makes the fight a bit tedious and dragged on. All of that is again made up by the fact how all the environments look like and after us. The decayed buildings, the floating roads, the rusted cars in the dead wasteland, and how all can change by your steps and using your powers to cover all in flower, trees, and grass. I probably spent too much time just standing in place and covering everything around me in greenery. That is sometimes important for the progress. The game does have some technical issues. I was playing on PS5, but the fact that when you move to a new area the game sometimes freezes and stutters can ruin your immersion at times. That happens sadly a bit too often for my liking. It didn't ruin my experience in the game, but it did feel like somebody sneezed in my neck on the bus while I was listening to my favorite song. The game is fairly short and took me about 20 hours without any guides, even though I got lost at times. It's enjoyable and makes you think about the impact we have on our environment. If you say the game needs polish, I agree, but the visuals and the message makes it worthwhile. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe. It really helps me provide more and better content for you. Until next time, bye bye.